Okay, so you find yourself sitting in Mr. Alvaro's class, trying not to look up at the clouds, and you hear all these wonderfully scientific words such as ohms, voltage, current, etc. Truthfully, they frighten you a little bit, so you try to make an effort to understand what he's talking about. So let's start with the basics. What is electricity? Well, it is the controlled flow of electrons through a circuit. Simple enough, but how can we use this lovely electricity? In a circuit, which is a closed loop where current can flow continuously from one end of the battery to the other. This current, measured in amperes, is the rate of the flow of electric charge that is made to flow by potential difference or voltage, measured in volts provided by the source. The components of a normal circuit are a source, a conductive path, and a component with resistance. A circuit can either be series or parallel. Now, circuits can be seen almost anywhere, but we will focus on the one in your house. You get your electricity from a fuse box that controls the amount of current flowing into your house and stops the flow in case of an overload. All the main circuits in a house come out of this fuse box in parallel so that if one component fails, the entire circuit isn't broken. Thus, you can power your laptop, disco ball, or potato masher through the hole to the socket in the wall normally containing 3 holes, making up that shock phase. One of them is for the hot wire the electric current flows through, often insulated in black, which then doubles back and flows to the other hole with a neutral wire that is always white. Let's take it back a few years, to a time when this was all we had, which caused some problems as there would be a buildup on the wires in the form of static electricity shocking people, or lightning would break appliances. This was solved with grounding, where ground wire was attached to the overhead wires and stopped the buildup of charge, yet also the damage of lightning by giving the electricity a path of no resistance to the ground, which can store unlimited amounts of charge. But we as humans can also act as a conductor, unless we were crocs, and thus be electrocuted if we come into contact with anything electrified. Science came to the rescue again, by telling us to install a ground wire on the casing of the appliance and the socket itself. The ground wire is now a required safety measure that is an additional path for electricity to the ground or the source if there is a short circuit, and it causes the circuit breaker to trip, stopping the flow of electricity and preventing electrocution. It is what the third hole in the socket is for, and is a wire colored green and yellow. The wire is connected to a water pipe below the house or a metal rod driven into the ground. The ground wire provides a direct path of no resistance down to the ground, so it is what will be chosen by the electricity, all made possible because it tends to stay at a constant voltage. This is all great, as it stops many a death, yet it may also have some impacts on the economy. On one side, it means more money for the consumers to pay, companies will have to hire more workers or buy more machines to make the wires. People working on manufacturing or installing this could have been helping another sector of the economy, and if the ground wire breaks, it will be a huge repair job costing a lot. Then, on the other hand, there are less lawsuits for electrical companies due to electrocutions, less broken appliances due to lightning and electrostatic buildup, hence less to pay for repairing. The new parts mean that companies can profit from manufacturing them or electricians from installing them, and more people are able to contribute to a country's economy with less electrocutions. Another good thing is that it provides a reference voltage by which all other parts of the circuit are measured. Oh, I guess I got a little carried away there. Whoops. Thanks for listening.